Good afternoon. Yesterday, December the 13th, at around 8:30 p.m. Baghdad time, United States military forces captured Saddam Hussein alive. He was found near a farmhouse outside the city of Tikrit. A swift raid conducted without casualties. Now the former dictator of Iraq will face the justice he denied to millions. The capture of this man was crucial to the rise of the free Iraq. It marks the end of the road for him, for all who bullied and killed his name. For the Ba'athist holdouts largely responsible for the current violence, there will be no return to corrupt power and privilege they once held. For the vast majority of Iraqi citizens who wish to live as free men and women, this event brings further assurance that torture chambers and the secret police are gone forever. And this afternoon, I have a message for the Iraqi people. You will not have to fear the rule of Saddam Hussein ever again. All Iraqis who take the side of freedom have taken the winning side. The goals of our coalition are the same as your goals: sovereignty for your country, dignity for your great culture, and for every Iraqi citizen, the opportunity for a better life. In the history of Iraq, a dark and painful era is over. A hopeful day has arrived. All Iraqis can now come together and reject violence and build a new Iraq. The success of yesterday's mission is a tribute to our men and women now serving in Iraq. The operation was based on the superb work of intelligence analysts who found the dictator's footprints in a vast country. The operation was carried out with skill and precision by a brave fighting force. Our servicemen and women and our coalition allies have faced many dangers in the hunt for members of the fallen regime and in their effort to bring hope and freedom to the Iraqi people. Their work continues, and so do the risks. Today, on behalf of the nation, I thank the members of our armed forces, and I congratulate them. I also have a message for all Americans. The capture of Saddam Hussein does not mean the end of violence in Iraq. We still face terrorists who would rather go on killing the innocent than accept the rise of liberty in the heart of the Middle East. Such men are a direct threat to the American people, and they will be defeated. We come to this moment with patience and resolve, focused action. That is our strategy moving forward. War on terror is a different kind of war, waged capture by capture, cell by cell, and victory by victory. Our security is assured by our perseverance, by our sure belief in the success of liberty. The United States of America will not relent until this war is won. God bless the people of Iraq. God bless America.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Those were the words of George Bush Jr., who spoke the famous words, "We got him. We got them." Today, the cards reveal that those that have caused so much suffering for others, those that have been reigning, this reign of terror, this reign of terror has come to an end, and we got them. They often live this lavish lifestyle, full of the Gucci lifestyle, the good life, like Dolce Vita, so to speak. This sort of lifestyle, how we caught them, it was a sorry sight. It was a sorry sight, the furthest from this lifestyle that they actually was portraying to live. They've been caught, you know, and the revelation has left people actually scratching their heads, as in how did this person manage to deceive so many? It was actually a sorry sight. We're actually, you know, I in a way, history is going to say, when these tyrants are when these tyrants are brought in, we ask ourselves these questions, but it hasn't been the people's fault. I'm here to say it hasn't been the people's fault. It is. um we were dealing with a group of individuals that um you know focus on the pain of others in order to cover up for their own pain. These were individuals that were hell bent on causing suffering in other people's lives, and we're very happy to say that this can no longer this sort of thing, it can no longer happen again. It will no longer happen again, because these people now are going to be made as an example of what not to do, and the news is going to be reaching people very, very soon. The news is going to reach people very, very soon. And when it does, there's going to be a lot of raised eyebrows. There's going to be, their neighbors are not going to believe it. In some cases, um, people that that knew them from a distance will be just basically they'll be really shocked. So in those famous words, these individuals, these fugitives have now been apprehended, in spirit. This is being brought down from the heavens. This is being brought down from the heavens because we have the four of swords, the four of spades. This entire ordeal has been laid to rest. And then we have the ace. We have the ace. This goes out to the servicemen and women who have tracked, monitored, and quite oftentimes, sacrificed a lot behind this case. Sacrificed a lot behind, this case. So, this is to say that we see you. We see you. We see the the work that you've put in. We see the sacrifices, and also we see, you know, um, we value you. We just want to give the recognition to those individuals, the servicemen and women that have been working on this case, because this sort of case, it it there's a lot of things that have been going on behind it, because we've been dealing with targets, we've been dealing with corruption. We've been dealing with a lot of corruption following on from that. So not to sensationalize, these, these, not to sensationalize, this story, but this story is going to be international. So it's going to be worldwide. So we've kind of had to keep a lid on things, slightly. We've had to keep it. We've had to keep a lid on things in in how much we could, reveal, and and when. So so please feel free, if you'd like to ask any questions regarding this case, regarding these individuals, Ashleigh, Burwood. We also have Leather Market, who are you know who are going to be brought in for questioning, as an organization beginning, as an organization, they're going to be brought in for questioning Mr. Howard, and also the hitman, who the hitman neighbor, who is right now, who is what you would call in kind of like he's unable to, he's in hiding, and he's completely surrounded, and he's going to be brought in, and we suspect also that he'll be one of the first ones to actually make the statement. And there is some information that we do not want to reveal just yet, but we have members within the camp. We have members within the camp that have actually gone undercover, and have actually gone deep cover in some cases. In some cases they've gone deep cover within this organization. So you know there's a lot to unpack, guys. There is a lot to unpack, and today what we're going today we're going to let the world know that now they can be safe. They can be safe in their own homes. They can be, the children that the children some of the children, the children that have been involved in this case, this have to be treated very delicately. This will have to be treated very delicately. But going forward is that it was important for us to get to these children as quickly as we could, because we're we're aiming to prevent this sort of thing happening ever again. This sort of thing will never happen again. But in terms of getting to these personalities, because we understand that perhaps some of these individuals would have grown up, would have been brought up and never had the support, so it's very important that we got to these children as early as we could. Okay, if you would like to, just pose some questions, please feel free. We're more than happy to answer for you. Now this entire ordeal has been, has been laid to rest. No, there is no. Thank you for that question. Ideally, what we're going to do is we're going to have to separate some of the suspects. We're going to have to separate them in terms of holding. So some will be sent at undisclosed military bases that we've actually prepared beforehand. Well, thank you for that question. Um, um, I want to say, this type of criminal, or this type of suspect, they are, you know, historically, these individuals would be, what would be labeled these tyrants, or these dictatorships, or these dictators. What has been led, what we have discovered, is that they were quite often of a particular personality, we 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 research, we've looked into their backgrounds, you know even looked, their medical records, um you know um known and unknown. In terms of their in terms of because quite often you'd hear that these individuals would have been on some sort of anti or and but in a way basically what we've discovered is that they would possibly need medical attention. It'll be like a medical attention as well as confinement. For their own safety also, because they're still regarded as being, people that they're still regarded as people. So you know, um, the treatment that we're offering for these individuals is to get them to a level of sanity. That they won't. It's very complex. It's very complex. But what our forensics team and our medical field have made us aware is that these individuals are not of the ordinary personality. We're talking about antisocial personalities. So of that type. So um, you know we researched these individuals, and we've seen that you know their their decision making was outside of their decision making was outside the norm. It was outside the norm. So that's one of the things that we started to look at. I'm going to take one more question from Sky News. Thank you, Sophie Ridgway. Thank you very much for that question. No, I want to say it's politics as usual. So things are, we're here today, just to break the news and to let everybody know. Otherwise, everybody can, continue with their lives. These people are now off the streets. They're now off the streets, and they've now been, taken out of commission. So. Um, so our advice to the communities in Elim, in Elim Estate now is that they can continue on their way. Things are going to be taken over. It's Elim Estate is going to become an occupation place, but they'll be able to continue. The children can enjoy the holidays. Okay, well, okay, thank you very much. What we're going to do is just adjust the sounds, and then we're going to go to the tarot. We're going to the tarot and just to see, how the tarot can how we can illustrate, using the tarot. How we're going to illustrate using the tarot. So just bear with us one moment. We're going to play some Nickelback, which is a colloquial speech for saying that you have been arrested and now you've been taken off the streets. So bear with me one moment. welcome back, guys, welcome back. So you remind me, it's the first track of the day. You remind me. So this also speaks about now, you know, reunions. You're gonna have your reunions. You know, Six of Cups energy. Then it's a Six of Cups energy. You know, reconciliations, and also the spirit wants to let us know that after this, you know, this reunion, you have this Nine of Cups energy. Nine of Cups. Your wish fulfillment, collective. Your wish fulfillment. You know, this news is your wish fulfillment. It's going to bring your wish fulfillment because these individuals were sent in to you know, to cause this disruption on, you know, your emotional state, and also to disrupt the you know what you have to understand, what you know through our research is what we've understood is that a particular set of individuals are essentially they're like, you know, just to use, you know, the tarot language is, you know, the magician. He he represents the heaven realm, that he's able to manifest things from the heaven into the earth, because he is actually a child of the universe. He's a child of the universe. He's the first card of the major arcana. So he's the child of the universe. So, you know, these groups were, their targets were children of the universe. You know, people that reflected the universe. So they were sent to disrupt universal law. They were sent to disrupt universal law by disrupting the children of the universe. This disrupted universal law. So the universe, as a collective, God sent a certain number of warriors, you know, soldiers, medics, healers, scientists. They were all sent by God in order to bring balance, to the universe. So, you know, this is what has been about. This has been bringing balance to the universe. So these individuals are now being, you know, they're now going to have to be on one end of the scale, for all the things that they've done, and the universe is going to be on the other. And of course, the universe is the collective, is you know, it's the people. So it's these people. So so now we're going to have balance in the universe. So that's what this has been about. This has been about balance. This has been about you know, your wish fulfillment, because now the scales the scales, the universal scale, the cosmic scale has tipped, has tipped into balance, because, you know, things were being, things had to be, things had to be settled, scores had to be settled. So this is what is been in the background, and now you guys, you collective, you're now going to be receiving this wish fulfillment, because now everything that was taken underhandedly is now going to be given back. Is now going to be given back. But more on that later. But this card is speaking about, you know, you'll be receiving your wish fulfillment, you know, your dreams come true. That energy. Okay. Spirit, what else would you like us to see at this moment? What else would you like us to see at this moment? What else would you like us to see at this moment? In regards to what we're going to do is what else would you like us to see, Spirit, in this moment regarding the four individuals that we have, you know these four, what is their emotional state? What is their emotional state now that now what is their emotional state right and in this moment? Thank you, Spirit. We're asking this question because these personalities, as once as mentioned before, you know, um, the personalities are you know um, you know the antisocial. He he um he quite often is regarded as somebody you know who operates in a channel, in a one channel, in a one on a one track on a one track. So there's others. So in other words, um they don't see sometimes the wrong that they have done. They don't understand. They have a lack of understanding in within themselves to understand that what they have done is particularly wrong. They don't understand that. So this is why this requires medical attention. So we're going to ask about what is their current state. In other words, are they known to the severity of their crimes? Do they know what situation they're in? Because they don't have remorse. They don't have, um, you know, that emotion isn't there. So, but we want to know whether they understand that they will no longer be living in society as they once were. Do they understand? Do they understand? Do they understand that? That's a question we wanna ask. Is what is their state? What is their state in this moment? Okay, okay, now, okay, what this speaks about is that they realize this is the end. They realize that is the universe has put them in reverse. They realize that they went after the wrong individuals. Essentially, they have bitten the hand that once fed them. The universe takes care of us, and when we owe the universe, so now they're realizing that their wishes have been rejected by the universe. They will not have their wishes granted to these individuals. Their wishes are not going to be granted because they have taken off more than they were supposed to. They were taking off more than they were supposed to. So this means that their what they had hoped for, their wishes isn't going to be they isn't going to be granted because now they owe the universe. Now they owe the universe. They owe the universe, and they now realize. So in this moment, right now, these individuals realize that now their hands are held up. No, emotionally speaking, within themselves, is that they realize that their hands are tied. As you can see, this gentleman here, his hands is folded across his body, across his self here. So their hands are tied. Their hands are tied, and they're going to be. They've realized that in terms of in the mental state, they realize that they cannot operate with within the universal within the confines of the universe anymore, because they've taken off more than they were supposed to. And you, meanwhile, you're now going to become this rock star. You're going to be known as this star of the universe. A real child of the universe. A child of the universe is a star. You know, and many of you do not view yourselves as these stars, um, but the universe is proclaiming you. The universe is recognizing you. You're now going to be receiving. You now have the recognition of the universe, because you are the child. One more card. Okay, so we have also is the high priestess. The high priestess the high priestess in reverse has been caught, and she's essentially been. She's going to be okay. Okay, she's being okay. So this high priestess has been bought, has been caught, and has been stopped, and what this tells us is now everyone is now going to see. Everyone is now going to see exactly what this person was doing behind the scenes, and these individuals are going to become famous because the world is going to see them for who they are. They're going to be stripped. They're going to be stripped of any titles. They're going to be stripped, um, proverbially stripped of all things that they held dear. Of all things that they held dear, they're going to be stripped. They don't they don't this is something that is also going to bring balance, because we have the second major arcana is the two. This high priestess, you know she's poised between these two pillars, Boaz and Joachim. This light and darkness is now going to be it's going to be balance brought in. Whatever these individuals, whatever they were doing behind the scenes, is now going to be brought. It's now going to be made known public. It's going to be public. The world is going to see. The world is going to see her. The world is going to see her for what she is. So these individuals are going to be seen for what they were. You know, you know, their modesty. The modesty. This talks about modest. This talks about being modest. This talks about one being modest in, you know, in a way. This is going to be. This is going to also speak about, the the and also, this also talks about, this also talks about, you know how much, we over, if we overindulged if we overindulge, now all of those things are going to be, taken away. So, um, you know, it's going to be taken away. But also, this speaks about that these individuals are, um, you know, they're perhaps going to need, this medical attention, this medical attention for, you know, you know, you know, the abrupt ending of this lifestyle. This lifestyle is going to be, it's been brought to an end, um, and it's going to, it's really going to, it's really going to make an impact. So for that, this is why these individuals would appear to need some medical attention and assistance before, while we go to trial, while we await to go to trial. What else does Spirit want us to let us know? Because so far we have that this entire organization, is being brought to an end. They've been, we've got them. We've got them. Um, this has been like it's going to be like and also, we're advising the public to continue to go about their daily lives as usual. We're advising them to continue to go about their lives as usual. Um, and however, at the same time, behind the scenes, we are still operating this as a search, as a, as a rescue mission, rescuing the children. The children is going to be of very of an importance here. The children are going to be of an importance. So, okay. So, underneath the, one of the cards that we saw here, we saw the Two of Pentacles, but we're going to see if that comes out. But the Two of Pentacles is now this network. Is about this. Is now this network. You know, this inner connection that you have with the divine is your connection with is your connection with the divine. Is that the divine is within you, and he makes up a part of who you are. Eternity. One more card, please, Spirit. One more card. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. The devil. So the devil has been laid to rest. The devil's reign of terror is over. But God says to the devil, you still have one more job now. You still have one more job. You still have one more thing to do. You still have one more thing to do. And that one thing that you have now is that, okay, we'll speak about these individuals being in custody. Now you have them in custody. Now these individuals, now Ashley Burwood is in custody. Now, for lack of a better word, is that they represent, the devil represents the system. The lady represents Ashley Burwood. And the male represents the other figures, the Leather Market, JMB, Mr. Howard, and the hitman neighbor. There will be caricatures of Adam. There'll be caricatures of Adam. May peace be upon him, because he was our first. You know, he was a first human. So just for symbolic ways, is just to say that they represent the other person here in other person here. So you have the system. The system is these individuals are now going to be put back into the system, and then this is what God now says to the devil. Okay, now we've taken them out of their hiding places. We've taken them out of their hiding places, and then now we're going to show them to the world. They're going to be shown to the world. They're going to be shown to the world. Burn it to the ground. Burn it to the ground. Nickelback. Burn it to the ground. Is that everything is being burnt down? Everything's being burnt down, and of course they say hell is hot. They say hell is hot. Um, More on that later, because here we have the world. We have the world that now they're going to be observed by the world for who they are. So this would illustrate that they're going to be shown to the world for who they are. Then they're going to be escorted to the devil's chambers. The devil's chambers. They're going to be taken to the devil's domain, where is now it's the system. It's the system. That's the 12th house. That's your 12th house. The system, the underworld. By attempting to take one's destiny or swap their destiny, you sealed your own fate by doing that. The devil's a liar, but he only lies to the subjects. In this case, the candidates, these are the ones that were lied to, because the subjects, we belong to God. We belong to God. God took some of us out of the clutches of the devil. He took some of us out of the devil's grasp, out of the devil's hands. He took us in the last moment. In the last moment. Why? Because some of you were innocent. Some of you were only looking for a place to call home. And people took advantage. People took advantage. They saw that you were an orphan. They saw that you were homeless. They saw that you were a nomad wandering around, and just the way God intended you to be, by the way. Just the way God had intended you to be, because God had kept a certain innocence about you. The system and the people that were in your life, those people were they knew who you were. They knew that God had sent you, and by their calculation, their manipulation, they actually saved you, because they now took advantage of an innocent person. You were innocent, so you may have transgressed some of those moments. Okay, you may have transgressed. You may have transgressed. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me, guys. We're gonna keep these two cards out on the table. These two cards are here for you to see. Okay. Okay. I wanted to see, have a look at. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me, guys. We're actually recording live. And Okay, welcome back, guys. Okay. The point the point that we were where we got to is now for these, their attempts on your life, their attempts on your life gave them a ticket to to see God directly. First of all, they have to see God directly. They have to speak to God directly. They're going to be brought before the throne room. They're going to be brought before the throne room in order to answer for their crimes. They're going to be brought before the throne room in order to answer for their crimes. So the devil is in laying in wait for these individuals, because now these individuals are going to have to experience what it was like for the people that they persecuted. They're going to have to experience, they're going to have to walk in those people's shoes. They're going to have to carry those people's burdens that they put on other people. They're going to have to lay in that grave that they dug for you. This is what these individuals are going to be finding out, essentially. This is what is going to be brought to light. This is what is going to be brought to light for these individuals, is because they have experienced a rude awakening. A rude awakening. They've experienced a rude awakening, is that you cannot go up against God's children without consequences, without you know uh, you know you know you'd have to you the decision. Quite often these individuals, they knew what they were doing, so they knew that they were doing wrong. But this also leads us to believe and ask, is that what frame of mind were they in? But they cannot blame his insanity. They cannot blame insanity, because they knew what they were doing. Whereas some of the people that they transgressed against, they drugged them, they molested them, harassed them, caused psychological damage in order to manipulate manipulate a person's life. So they exercised that they knew what they were doing. They exercised they knew what they were doing. They exercised they knew what was right and what was wrong. So for that, get one more card. Let's get one more. Let's get one more card. Let's get one more card, because this the world, the thing, the person in between the world is now, you know these individuals are now going to be it's a form of it's an institution, right? It's an institution that now they are going to be, you know for their attempt on your life, the attempt on your life has paved the way, has paved the way, a direct a direct path, a direct path to the underworld, a direct path to Hades, a direct path. They are 2 blocks away from hell, literally. We're gonna get one more card. Thank you, Spirit. One more card, please. One more card. Thank you to the collective. The collective has really, you know, people say, people say that we're able to, share ideas. We're able to share ideas. So, people talk about um, people talk about the history of the police force. How the police force started. People ask that question oftentimes too. People often ask, well, how did that um, police force start? And people, you know, and the actual history, from one of my favorite teachers is that he spoke about the history of the police force was through the KKK. The history of the police force is through the KKK, and now that seems really out there, but also the KKK is this secret society. Is this secret society now? This institution is we're here to also bring balance to these institutions because the history of the police force really originates from heaven. So there's some that brought the idea on earth, but the original police force was the angels. We were the angels in heaven. God created the angels in order to facilitate the, the public, to help the public, and also in times of war for the warring angels, Saint Michael and the archangels, to be present when there was times of grief. So our police force were able to utilize the the blueprint that was set in heaven. First of all, the blueprint that was set in heaven, first of all, is that there was this interconnectedness. There was this interconnectedness which was able, which now made the police force open different police forces around nationwide. So this is also based on heaven because you have different um, different parts different locations where angels will preside over. So now we have angels in different police forces, and this was the the earth structure is based on the heavenly realm. So when we have to police, of course, God sends word. God sends word and the angels receive the word, and then they're able to and then they're able to usher people and lead them, and and also show them the way. They're able to show the way. These way shows. These are messengers of messengers of God. We're gonna get one more card. One more card, please, Spirit. Please, Spirit, could you show us another card? We understand that these individuals are now they've now been they have now been bound to the devil himself. They've now been bound to the devil himself. This is this is their fate now. You know, God had other plans for them that they were not interested in. We're going to go to the cards and just get one more card. So these individuals are they essentially, you know, the sacrifices that those individuals have made is now giving them a rude awakening because now they are because now the devil has them in a precarious position. They're trapped. They've been trapped by um, their obsession. They've been trapped by their greed, and they've been trapped by a lack of knowledge. I'm being guided to use the. I'm being guided to use the playing cards for now. Just to let's just see. We're not okay. Well, now we're going to ask the playing cards. What does the playing cards want to show us in this moment, in this time? What do the cards want to show us in this moment, in this time? The devil has them, but we're gonna ask the cards on the playing cards. I'm gonna take this one. Knight of Swords. So you're going to receive, this. There's going to be a sudden change. A sudden change is going to be brought in. A sudden change is going to be brought in, and as we're aware, part of this sudden change, a sudden change is going to be brought in. A sudden change is going to be brought in, and they say, sometimes there's a a um a revelation or a a revelation, or in this instance, this could also be a confession. Could be a confession. It could be a confession. So collective, you may have somebody that is going to reveal something that could actually, you know, it could change something that will change. It's going to change something. This is something that is headed your way, collective, but also it's also going to be the some. It's going to also be the catalyst that drives you towards your wish fulfillment. It's going to be the fuel to get you to your wish fulfillment. So there's going to be a sudden change on the horizon, something that is going to be learned. It could seem to be harsh in the beginning, but God also asks us to look into things and also look beyond the surface. And this is the understanding that God gives us. This is the understanding that is representative of the high priestess. She is the wisdom keeper. What would you like to see, Spirit? We're going to take this card, and then you have Knight of Cups. Your, your path now is opening up to. You're opening up a path to love. Basically, you're opening up a path to love because you're this message, this sudden change. It's almost like it's almost there's a feeling of um, feelings being held back. There's a feeling there's a feeling of that feelings were being held back, that emotions were being held back. So there might be a flood of emotions that are going to be um, there might be a flood of emotions that are going to be revealed to you, collective. You may have somebody that actually now reveals their innermost feelings for you because they were unable to they were unable to share things with you, share their thoughts, share their emotions, share their feelings. They had to be in the back in they had to keep in the background and not actually be vulnerable and show their feelings to you. So you may have also, this may be the start. This will be a start of a new relationship, because now you are this Knight of Cups. You're this Knight of Cups, and your Knight of Swords is looking at you. Your Knight of Swords is looking at you, and he wants to reveal. They want to reveal how they feel about you. Then there's something that they want to tell you, that there's something that they want to let you know. So, and also this could be the start of this. This could be the start of this relationship, because they've been holding their emotions back from you. They've been holding the truth back from you, how they feel. Who is this um, knight? Who is the Knight of Cups, a la Knight of Swords? Because the Knight of Cups is also this new relationship. Are these two different people? We're going to ask. We're going to ask. We're going to ask if, because we see them, we see ourselves as this Knight of Cups. We see ourselves as this Knight of Cups. Um, But the first card that came out was this Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords is this sudden change. So suddenly you're going to be you're going to have a proposition. Yesterday we had proposition, or today we're going to call it a proposal. We're going to call this a proposal. A proposal, a hand in marriage. This is your wish fulfillment. A hand in marriage. A hand in marriage. Because God says everything that was kept from you is going to be given back to you. Bottom of the deck, we have seven of diamonds. Seven of diamonds. So this also speaks about manifestation. Is that this person's emotions have manifested now, and now they're going to reveal their feelings to you, because now your new beginning is that one, is the pentacle that he has his eyes on. Your harvest is that pentacle that he has his eyes on. That is your new beginning. That is your ace. That is your gift from heaven, given through the earth. So the Spirit said that your harvest is being brought to you. So this communication is from an admirer, somebody who admires your work, somebody who admires your work, somebody somebody who sees your worth, somebody who sees your worth. Seven. Some of you could be a life path seven. Some of you seven could be significant. Somebody that admires you. Your wish fulfillment. All things that were kept from you by the system, all things the system tried to keep from you is now beginning to manifest in a is now beginning to manifest like a rapid, a rapid change, almost like it's almost your life is quickly going to change. Your emotions are quickly going to change. You're now going to be over filled with emotion, and it has all been since these individuals have been you know since now they can no longer um, participate in their crimes. Their crimes has been known worldwide. Your words are reverberating. Your words have been reverberating across the universe, across the world. We have George Bush, who speaks about this war on terror. He spoke about this war on terror nearly 20 years ago. He spoke about this war, and he also said that these individuals, or he also said that you know that Osama was somebody that was wanted by the by 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 the armed forces, the the American armed forces. Now, these individuals were related to that in a way, and now they've been apprehended. So now we've gone from they're being wanted to we got them, and this is ushering in this world of emotions that were hidden. Things that were hidden. Our life was um, you know there was so much going on that things were things had to be kept, things were kept away, because God says, we're going to have to settle the score has to be settled first, and then now, surprise surprise, since these individuals are now taken out of the mix, you now have love approaching you by way of this revelation, by the way of a person that sees you for your worth, is now going to reveal to you. They now want you to know. They now want you to know how they feel. They want to. Want you to know how they want you to know how they feel. But collective, something tells me that you already know how they feel. Something tells me that you they have been communicating with you in your dreams. So you may have seen this person in your dreams. This person may have been in your dreams. You may have dreamt about this person. You may have dreamt about this person since you were a child, collective. You may have dreamt about this person since before you even knew anything. This was the first person that you knew. The first person that you knew was this person. They were your world. They were your world, collective. They were your world. You know, maybe you saw them in your daydreams. Also, you know, maybe they spoke to you. Maybe they spoke to you, but now they're going to be. But now they're going to be approaching you in this. You know, in they're going to be approaching you because the devil or his agents, you know, the agents of the devil have now been, you know, removed because God says he's going to remove and lay to rest anything that gets in between his children. So if the devil is between his children, the devil is going to be removed. The devil's agents are going to be removed, collective. This is an inspiring message for the collective. This is an awesome message in the cards here today that we have today. You know, for the second day in a row, we've had these playing cards that have, you know, they've kind of given us another perspective. When you shuffle these cards, Spirit, what would you like us to see right now? We have new love on the way. Oh, this one. Let's take this one. You're being led. You're being led. You're being led now. So you know you're being led now. That harvest is now going to be this ten of pentacles, 10 of diamonds, 10 of diamonds. This new love. So you know this new love that you know. So you're the Knight of Cups, and your Knight of Swords is going to rush in, essentially sweep you off your feet, you know, with this, with, you know, they're going to be communicating with you with this truth that you've never heard them, you've never heard them actually reveal the innermost feelings, but it's going to be almost like somebody that has been holding back their feelings and their thoughts, and it's going to be in their words, and they may, I don't know, there may even be tears here, guys. There may even be tears, and there may even be happy tears, if you know what I mean. There may even be happy tears, you know, like an embrace, you know, and then the heavens, the heavens, the heavens, the heavens rejoice. You know, that's your wish fulfillment. This man here is fully, fully in his, fully content within his feelings, and you know, so you're going to be learning about, you know, this person's innermost feelings. You're going to be learning about how they really feel about you, collective. And you know this may surprise you, and this may you know, this may be a something that, you know, it happens suddenly, but also it's that change, and it's that change that you're moving now towards your 10 of Pentacles, which is your family. So we're talking about marriage, a marriage proposal. It's actually a marriage proposal here, guys. It's a marriage proposal. It's a marriage proposal, because we have gone from a 7 to a 10, a 7 to a 10. So to this person, you're this perfect 10. You're this perfect person. You know, you're this perfect person. You are, you know, just what they, you know, you know, you're, you know, just they desire you. You know, like more than you know. Is that they have this book here. You know, this book that has, you know, that has shown them who you are to them. So they know who you are. And they know where to find you. So this is something that you're going to be finding. This is something that is this is something that spirit is bringing towards you, collective. Is that you have somebody that has been, they know who you are, and you know, you make them happy, and guess what? The universe is rewarding you with your wish fulfillment because they're everything that you would ask for in a person, collective. So, collective, this has been a fantastic message. We're going to use some of the Game of Thrones cards. We're going to use some of the Game of Thrones cards just to see if we could conclude this reading and also check 116. 116. 16 could be significant for some of you. 1 6 equals 7. 7 plus 7, because we do have the 7 of Pentacles here, which is also the number 14. The number 14 in the major arcana is the angelic being. So this person has been sent by the universe to be your wish fulfillment. This person has been sent to you to be your 10 of Pentacles. Your part. You have a partnership with this person. You have a partnership that you're going to build a family legacy with this person. The universe has given you the green light. It's for you, collective. This is for you, collective. We're going to ask the Game of Thrones to show us. The song playing in the background now talks about I had a dream that you would be mine. I had a dream that you would be mine. Nickelback. Something about wishes being, wishes of a person's wishes, a person's dream. The universe is loving on you, collective. We're going to take one card from here. We have Sansa Stark. So this is your ultimate happiness card from the tarot. The universe is saying to you that you are a child of the universe. You are Sansa Stark. You are this divine being. You know, um, directly related to the universe. No degree of separation between you and the universe. You are one with the universe. Indeed. Indeed. You are one with the universe. Indeed. This is a message from the universe for you, guys, for the collective. Because here we have two X's and a one. That's the universe. Two X and a one. That's the universe. X, one X. You are the universe. You are the universe, collective. It's a message from the universe. You are the universe. You are a child of the universe. And to the universe, you are perfect and whole in how you are. There's nothing, you are enough. because you have within you everything that exists. You have in you everything that exists. This is you, collective. Yes. The answer is yes. Yes. This is you, and this is your person who's going to be approaching you and giving you and also proposing to you. So you have a proposal, marriage proposal. You're going to be getting married, collective. You're going to be getting married, and the universe is giving you this Ten of Diamonds, which is building a family legacy, a lasting family legacy, a dynasty. You know, this is you know, you'll be dynasty number one, and then growing up onwards. You know, the universe is providing you with a family of your own. Thank you, collective. We're going to conclude the reading there. We'd like to thank the angels. We'd like to thank the universe. We'd like to thank Father for this wonderful reading, and also would like to thank this secret admirer to your collective, and to say, this person that has been sent by God. Would like to thank them for accepting this duty, accepting this task, accepting this, and and um, and we accept. Thank you, universe. Thank you, collective. Has been your message. Just an extended, guys. We're just going to look at them as an extended, as we conclude this reading. Sort of like as an epilogue, for this particular reading, is that what was taken away from you guys is now going to be is now going to be received almost as if it's like an elastic. The universe, as the things that were compressed and hidden away, is now going to rebound and be attracted to you, directly to you. So things are going to be drawn to you magnetically speaking, because things that these individuals were able to prevent from being brought to you, those things were always going to be brought to you, and the universe is going to show you, because now you're going to wake up and you're going to be living a different life, because that life is already been yours. It's already been destined for you. So that was just a conclusion to this reading, to say that nobody can alter one's destiny, because your destiny is not something that you choose. Your destiny is something that chooses you.
feeling and finding yourself stuck out on the ledge and there ain't no healing. Forgotten yourself at the jagged edge. I'm telling you that it's never that bad. Taking the stars the way you're at. Lit up on the phone and you're not sure you can take this anymore. So just give it one more try. Turn this up on the radio. You can hear me now. I'm reaching out to let you know that you're not alone. You can't tell. I can't get you on the telephone. Just close your eyes. Time you send it to the light. 'Cause I have faith in you. You should know I'm made through another night. Stop thinking about the easy way out. There's no need going on the camera out. Because you're not done. You're far too young. And the best is yet to come. So just give it one more try. Turn this up on the radio. If you can hear me now, I'm reaching out to let you know that you're not alone. Can't tell, I can't get you on the telephone. Just close your eyes. Everybody's saying goodbye. Everybody's being forgotten. Everybody's tired of being alone. Yeah, everybody's being abandoned. Left a little empty-handed. So if you left the belly hanging on, just give it one more try. Turn this up on the radio. If you can hear me now, I'm reaching out to let you know that you're not alone. So can't get you on the telephone. Just close your eyes.
Capture of Saddam Hussein does not mean end the violence. We still face terrorists who would rather go on killing the innocent than accept the rise of liberty